Hello everyone, so now we are going to do one more checkpoint lab here. So what we will do here, let me take one checkpoint firewall. If you remember, we done the lab for the automatic hide NAT. Now we are going to do the automatic static NAT. So this is a web server I have. I am using this IP 192.168.2.2. So this is a web server present in the DMZ. So we will configure the static NAT so this server can access the internet and anyone can access this server from outside. So here I will take new firewall. We can do the same lab in which one we can say like distribution deployment also, like in our previous class we done the automatic hide NAT in the distribution deployment. But now what I am doing, the second lab I am doing in the standalone deployment. I hope you remember standalone deployment. Standalone deployment means, what is the meaning of that one? Means we are going to install both the boxes, that is the security management and security management server in one box, in this one box. So we are going to do that one. Okay, so we will see now. So this is a brand new box I install. If you already know that how to install this one, then you can skip this. If you don't know that one, no worries, you can skip starting 3 minutes video if you know that one. If you don't know, no worries, I am doing this from the scratch. Okay, so this is a firewall, we can say checkpoint firewall. It will boot up. I am using this cloud for WAN and also for management purpose. Okay, so I taken this one. What we can do here, I can set the IP address. This IP I am planning to assign here 192.168.17.50. so I will set that one. So I will write admin and the password, whatever we set, we will write that one. So we will go inside. After that, if you want to set the IP, you need to write set interface. Okay, it's 0 because we are using the Ethernet 0, and IPv4 address, write the address 192.168.17.50 and give space, write mask length 24, and then after that you can write here save config. Okay, and if you want to check, write show interface it's 0. So you can see we configure this IP. Now you can type this IP in the browser so you can access the Gaia portal of this one. So this is a Gaia portal. In this one we can assign the IP address. I will log in this, and in the Gaia portal we can assign the IP address. And first of all, this is a brand new, we can say brand new installation. So we are doing from the scratch. So you will get like this. You need to click next, and we will say next and next and next, and name I can give any name, like I will say firewall, and DNS I can give 8.8.8, and here secondary DNS 1.1.1, and this one I will give 192.168.17.2. okay, and click next, and here we want to install both, and this both we want to install. So click next, because before we are using security gateway separately, security management separately, but now both we are installing in the single box. And this is a default I am taking. This is also default. I don't want to send any update to checkpoint. And now it will install. I will pause the video because video will become lengthy. It will do all. After that it will reboot. After that we can see, and we can assign the IP address, this IP to this interface, this IP to this interface, and here, like here we are using 192.168.17.50 this interface, and this interface will be 192.168.1.1. this interface will be 192.168.2.1. here we need to configure that IP, and we need to create the default route towards the ISP. Okay, so we need to do that one. After that one we can access this firewall with the SmartConsole, because if you want to do any configuration, which type of configuration, like if you want to do the policy, if you want to create the NAT rule, you cannot do with the Gaia portal, you need to do with the SmartConsole. So we are going to use the SmartConsole to access this firewall, and we are going to configure the policy, and also we are going to configure the static NAT. Automatic static NAT, I am going to do that one as we discussed before. Okay. So if you see the installation is done, it will restart now. So I will say okay. So it will reboot now. Okay, the firewall will reboot. In this firewall we have the two thing we can say SmartConsole we are going to use to connect here. Before we deploy this firewall as a distribution mode, now we deploy the firewall as a standalone mode. In the standalone mode you will have the security management server and also security gateway in one box. So here it will reboot. After that we will go inside and we will change the IP address, we will assign the IP address, we will create the default route. So we need to wait for some time. I will pause the video again till it finish. So now it is rebooted. Now I will log in, so you can remember the username and the password whatever we have, and we can put inside, and we go inside and you can see this is a security gateway, and also we have inside this one security management server. Everything is here. We can go to the interface and we can assign the IP. So interface 1 we will configure this one 1.1, interface 2 will be 2.1. so I will first enable and write here command like LAN, and here we can put the IP 192.168. What we are saying 1.1, put the subnet mask and put 0. Okay, and then go to the second and open this, enable this. Here we will say DMZ because that one we are using for DMZ. Here IP I will write 192.168.2.1 and subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0, and I will put. So I assign the IP. So now if you see, click here, default gateway is 192.168.17.2. So this is a default gateway we have, and here IP address we assign to the interface, and this is our web server. This is a Windows server actually. If you see this one, I am using the window, and here I have the XAMPP server. I am running the services AT443. I run all this one, so this is acting as a web server. And also if you want to access the internet, you can go here and access the internet, but currently we did not do any policy, so he cannot go to the internet. If you want to ping also, you cannot ping to the internet now. If you see, let me show you. If you ping 8.8.8, he cannot ping because we don't have the NAT rule, and also here we did not create policy to allow this server to go out. Same thing because we are going to do the static NAT, automatic static NAT. So this PC, the outside PC, that is a window 11. If you see, this is a window 11. This PC from outside, they will try to access this server, and they will access, but now they will not access because still we did not configure. So here we have some computer sitting outside and they are trying to access our web server. So when we enable the static NAT, anyone can access the web server which we put in our DMZ, and also DMZ server can go to the internet because static NAT is a bidirectional NAT. So from inside to outside he can go, and outside to inside they can go. So let's see now what I will do. I will open the SmartConsole. So we need to log in. This is a SmartConsole. You need to type the IP address of the firewall what we give here, this one, in the SmartConsole. So already I have the IP. I will put the password what we have, and I will click login. So after that it will connect to the server. If you see it is connected, I will say proceed. After some time this SmartConsole will open. In that one we need to create the policy and we need to create the NAT. So we will see that one. If you see, this is IP 192.168.17.50 we are using for this interface. So for NAT we can give any IP from this subnet, or we can give that IP also. If you see, this is a SmartConsole. If you see inside that SmartConsole, I am here in the security policy, and the policy we have already the cleanup rule here, and it is by default drop, so I can accept this. We can use this policy, and here you can enable the logs, so whatever activity happening we can see. So 2 changes we done here, you can see here. And also we need to create the NAT, so click here NAT. I need to create the NAT. So what I can do, I am going to create the automatic NAT. So click here. I want to create for one single host, okay, single server. So I can create the host. What is that single server? Means this server only. So this IP. So what I will do here, I will give any name here. We can give like DMZ web server, and you can give the IP of that server. Example, we are using 2.2. Any name you can give here. After that you need to put the IP. So I will write here 192.168.2.2. This is the IP. And now we are doing the automatic NAT. So click here NAT, and if you see you have here option, you can check this one. And by default it is a hide NAT. You can select the static NAT. Why we need static NAT? Means we should have the bidirectional communication. Here you need to put the public IP. So as we told, we have this IP. I don't want to put this IP. You can put this IP also. But if this IP blocklisted or anything we have issue, then all the guys from the outside unable to access, we will have the issue. So instead of this one, we can have 2-3 IP. We can take 2-3 IP from the ISP and we can give other IP. So if anyone hit that IP, it will redirect to this server. So for that purpose, I am using 192.168.17.100 I will use. You can use anything, 17.50 also you can use, 51, 52, anything you can use. So here I will, as I am saying, I will use 192.168.17.100. Okay, and click OK. So here NAT will created. If you see here, we have the automatic static NAT. You can see S is written here. S is nothing but static NAT. Static means one-to-one, bidirectional. And the drawback in the automatic NAT is you cannot change. If you see here, you don't have option to change the services. Okay, here you cannot change the services. That is a problem. You cannot change the services. So for that purpose, we will go for manual NAT later. But now this is a automatic NAT, very simple to create. After that, what you need to do, you need to push the policy. First you will push the policy. After that you need to install that policy. So we push the policy. Now I need to install this policy inside the firewall. So click this one. We are installing in this firewall. Install now. So it will show you here this policy will be installed. Once it is done, after that we can check it will start working. You can see here policy installation. It taking time. It will take some time. After that installation will be done. So once you have this 100, or you can double click, it will show you also what is going on here. You can see installation succeed on the firewall. So policy installation done. So SmartConsole work we done, and you can go here. Here you will have the log also. Whatever the logs is coming here, we will get. So now we will go here. This web server can access the internet. So this is a web server. I am using this window server. Now I can do the Google. You can see I am able to access the Google. So this DMZ server is going outside. Okay, and also if you ping, it will work the ping also. If you go here and ping, reply is also coming. So the DMZ server is going outside, and also this outside guy can also access. This is the outside guy. Here we need to put the IP. What IP we give? 192.168.17.100 we give. So we need to write that IP 192.168.17.100. If you want to access this web server, you need to put that IP. So here I put that IP, and you can see this is a server 4. Okay, I give here server 4. You can change also if you want to change whatever written here, but no need, just keep this whatever you have here. So what we learn here, and also if you want to access facebook.com or whatever you want to access, you can type, you can access. Okay, so this web server is going outside, where here to the internet, and someone sitting outside is also accessing our web server. You can see this is a web server we have. So here we configure the NAT. If you remember, we configure the static NAT. As we know, static NAT is in bidirectional NAT. Static NAT is a bidirectional NAT, so anyone can go from inside to outside and outside to inside. We verify that one. Okay, and if you want to see the logs, you can see logs. You can do refresh here. You can see here logs. So if you see, this is our server, web server who is going outside. If you move this is our web server as we configure 192.168.2.2. he is going outside. Okay, and also someone is coming from outside hitting the IP, which IP they are hitting, we will have that log also here. Okay, so all the logs will be available here. This is the source and this is the destination we have. So you can see all logs are coming here. Okay, so we can say this policy we use. Okay, only one policy I use to allow any source to any destination, any VPN, any services action accepted. I enable logs, so we can see the logs here. And this is a NAT rule we created. This is a static NAT. You can see here S. This is a automatic static NAT. You can see the drawback here is you cannot modify. Okay, if you want to modify services, you cannot modify. That is a drawback in the static NAT, this automatic NAT. So later we will learn the manual NAT. In manual also we have the height NAT and also we have the static NAT. And proxy ARP already we have automatically in the automatic NAT. When we are using manual NAT, we need to configure that one also. So later we will see that. So now you can, I hope you understand this one. This is a static NAT. This server is going to internet, DMZ server, and the guy outside, guy sitting outside, he is also accessing this server with the help of static NAT. Okay, automatic static NAT. So let me end the session.